What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Clint's Hot Props UFC Shanghai edition. We are going over the board and we are looking at my favorite couple of props for UFC Shanghai, trying to give you another opportunity to make some cash bright and early at 2 a.m. on Saturday morning. So let's dig straight on into this bad boy. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's start hunting. The first prop that I want to talk to you guys about is actually going to be Michel Pereira by knockout. Now, you may not know this, but all of the props on this show are brought to you by Cloudbet. Thank you, Cloudbet, for sponsoring the Die Hard MMA podcast. Use promo code DieHardMMA for a rollout welcome bonus up to $2,500. Hit the link in the description below. Promo code DieHard will get you there. We're looking at Michel Pereira by KO, and they have got Michel Pereira by KO at plus 165 odds. I think that's a wonderful prop. I think that's a wonderful number. I'm frankly surprised we're getting any plus money on this whatsoever. Daukaus is one of the few people in the UFC that your boy Eric Anders has straight up gone in there and iced and knocked out. That list is very short. I don't say that to disrespect Eric Anders, but he is more of a decision machine and always has been throughout his UFC career. It's only the select few couple of people that leave their chin hanging up just a little extra, that are a little less on the durable side, that he's actually able to fully put away with power strikes. Michel Pereira, on the other hand, we know how strong this guy is. We know how explosive this guy is, and he's coming off of not one but two back-to-back very disappointing outings in front of the UFC. I think he's going to have his big boy belt strapped on. I think he's going to tie up those boots nice and tight, and he's coming to work with his lunch pail on Saturday. This man has a statement to make. He's getting a short notice fill-in here, a guy who's going to be do or die with nothing to lose, and that gives him a beautiful opportunity to knock out a very chinny fighter, somebody I've been hoping we could have the opportunity to fade in the UFC one more time. So the first prop I want to bring to your attention here is plus money Michel Pereira by KO. Moving on over, the next one I want to talk to you about is, you guys know I've been trying for accuracy, right? You guys know I've been trying to, pick the ones I actually like out, not speculate too much, not get too crazy or nothing, but I can't help you here. This one's a little bit crazy. And unfortunately, the numbers are not as good as I would like them to be. That is not Cloudbet's fault. That's everybody's fault. They're on to us here. We've got Kiefer Crosby by knockout at plus 525. 527. 2 more cents. There you go. Bonus. The other option is Kiefer Crosby in round 1, which is plus 743. I think those are the way to go here. That is Kiefer Crosby's path to victory here in this fight. Now, the thing is, he's taking on a short notice opponent. He is taking on this kid Taiaka, who we've never seen take on this level of competition before. And yes, Kiefer Crosby is easy to take down. Yes, Kiefer Crosby is easy to submit. But that works against tiny little fighters over in Asia. Is that going to work against a guy like Kiefer Crosby? I'm not sure he's going to be ready for the strength, the speed, or the power of Kiefer Crosby, especially the hand speed. I have seen Taiaka with his head up, his chin straight up in the air, taking big power shots from guys who he just couldn't care less about. That's not the case here. If he takes a power shot in round 1 for Kiefer Crosby, that could be all over. This kid could be buried. His career could be done before it ever began. So I think you got to take the shot. You've got a guy who's 0-2 in the UFC, who's embarrassed, who left his gym, who talked about how they didn't train him well enough. Like, he has something to prove here in this spot. So if he does, it's probably going to be a banger. If he does, it's probably going to be a finish. I don't see him winning over 15 minutes, even against a kid like this. If he's going to win, it's going to be that knockout. And at 5-1, I think I like the shot on Kiefer Crosby. I know, it's gross, it's disgusting. The alternative, however, is Taiaka by submission, which is interesting because they are giving you plus 878 on Taiaka by submission. I think they're underestimating this kid just a little bit. Not so much that, I think they're underestimating how bad Kiefer Crosby is on the mat. If this kid gets on top of him, he will submit him. I like maybe comboing those two props and just hoping that it's kind of a binary fight, either one outcome or the other. Fingers crossed, you could hit some plus money on either side of the board there on that one. The next prop I want to bring to your attention is my boy Sergey Pavlovich. It's another knockout prop, ladies and gentlemen. Sergey is taking on Waldo Cortes-Acosta. Now, this one is a little bit worrisome because Waldo is a guy who's very technical. Waldo is a guy who's got a good jab. He is very tough. He's got a little bit of dog in him, but he likes to go to decisions. He's taking on one of the biggest power punchers the UFC has to offer, and I think this is a y'all must have forgot kind of moment for Sergey Pavlovich. This guy used to have the heavyweight division quaking in fear. And then one day, one person survived that, and all of a sudden, he's not the boogeyman anymore. Well, he's getting a huge step down in competition. I do not believe Waldo is going to be able to stand up to the power of Sergey Pavlovich the way previous opponents have. And with the wrestling background that Sergey has, I don't think that Waldo's going to have any plan B. If he tries to shoot double legs on this guy, those will not work. He will not be able to take these giant rhino tree trunk thighs down. So I fully expect Sergey Pavlovich to come out here and remind everybody what's what. It may not be round one. It may take him a little bit longer than we're used to because he has learned how to pace himself just a bit, but he's not going to be afraid of the power coming at him from Waldo Cortes-Acosta, and because of that, I think he'll be free to unload. So we're getting ever so slightly plus money, plus 109 on my guy Sergey Pavlovich to win via knockout, and I like that for this prop here. Thank you, CloudBet. Promo code DieHardMMA. Next up, guys, I think we got to look over on the Aljamain Sterling and Brian T. City Ortega fight. You guys know I've doubted Aljamain Sterling a little bit up at this weight class. Brian Ortega, he's on a bit of a rough skid right now, but he's tough as nails. He is durable as all get out. These guys are both elite level grapplers. I've got a hard time seeing them really submit each other. If anybody's finishing here, I think it's probably Brian Ortega. I know Aljamain Sterling is capable, but Brian's such a high level and he's so tough that I don't know that he's going to be able to find that finish here in this particular spot. So I could see Brian catching him with something crazy, maybe clipping him on the feet, something like that. If you want to take a stab at that Brian by KO, it's 17-1, so I wouldn't blame you there for that. But more often than not, I think that doesn't happen. And we see a very controlled pace, a measured pressure from Aljamain Sterling, and we get an over and we get a decision. Aljamain Sterling by decision, once again, is just ever so slightly plus money, plus 103. Thank you to CloudBet for giving us plus money on these props because, frankly, I expected to be laying a little bit of juice on these. So getting even money or just a hair positive, I will take it. Thank you. We're looking at Aljamain Sterling by decision in a 25-minute co-main event. Yes, it's 5 rounds. Don't forget that. Main event, guys. There's not a ton of props I love on this card. There's the one long shot and then a couple of evens positions that I think we should take a look at, and that's once again what we're doing here. Ming Yang Zhang by knockout is disgusting. They're making you lay chalk on that. Everybody knows what's up here, so you got to look at Ming Yang Zhang in round 1. That is plus 104. They're giving you plus money on Zhang in round 1, taking on Johnny Walker, the chinniest guy in the division. That's exactly what the UFC is planning for. They put them after what could be a very long, very dull, very boring co-main event, which is extremely high level. This is the one that you're staying up for. This is the one that's going to wake you up when you've got your cup of coffee and your chorizo burrito first thing in the morning on Saturday. You're tuning in just for the main event because you missed the whole undercard. They want you to watch. That's what this is. So Ming Yang Zhang, round 1, roughly even money, a little bit extra. That's the move. However, if you guys want to get degenerate with me, if you want to take a long shot with me, I'm not sure I'm going to do it myself, so I shouldn't say with me, but I'm tempted, you guys. I'm really tempted. Johnny Walker by submission is 10-1. You're getting better than 10-1 on Johnny Walker by sub. And I kind of love it. Like, he's gonna have to wrestle in this fight. We know he's gonna have to wrestle. And who's his brother? He's been working with Walter. He's not the same build. He doesn't have the same body type. This guy's not gonna go out there and wrestle the way Walter does. But he's learning, and we've seen him grapple before, you guys. Don't forget he submitted Ion Kutalaba. Like, I'm just saying there's a chance. It's live. If you're looking to get crazy first thing in the morning and pop a mimosa instead of having your coffee, you take Johnny Walker by sub instead of Ming Yang Zhang round 1. Shout out to CloudBet for sponsoring the show once again, guys. Click the link in the description below. Promo code DieHard will get you that rollout welcome bonus. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow for the undefeated post weigh-in show. Let's roll.